Hello, it is Natalie with Crochet by Natalie Lucille, and today we are going to make some baby boot cuff kind of shoes. So I have a sport weight yarn that I'm using for the boot, and I have another sport weight yarn that I'm going to use for the cuff, and I am also using an E-hook. So let's go ahead and get started. And other materials that you'll need, of course, are scissors and a tapestry needle. So what you're going to want to do to start out your foundation is you're going to chain 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's see if I can turn on an overhead light, if that helps a little. There we go. It really does. In the second chain from the hook, so you're going to be working in these back ridges because you're going to go down and back up. So I like to work in the back here. In the second chain from the hook, you're going to work 2 half double crochets. So let's do in the back ridges. So you have your first, and then there's your second. So we're going to work 2 half double crochets in that ridge. So the yarn is pretty tiny, so you're going to be working, and it's going to be kind of small. Another one in the same spot, so it's yarn over, insert, yarn over, draw up. You have 3 loops, yarn over, draw through all 3. So that's your first chain, or I'm sorry, half double crochets in that chain. Then you're going to work 7 half double crochets across. So it's yarn over, find your next chain ridge, insert, yarn over, draw up, yarn over, draw through all 3. So that was 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to go ahead and pause it and keep working. I'll be right back. So I'm coming up on my 7th half double crochet. And you want to make sure that you're counting your stitches as you go along. There we go. So you have your 2 that you did here, 7. Now in this last stitch here, let me make sure I do have my 7. Yes. In the last stitch here, you're going to work, I have a loop that's loose. You're going to work 5 half double crochets in the 1 stitch. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then, because we work down this one side, we're going to come around and work up this side. Move your tail out of the way. You'll weave and tuck that in at the end of the project. So you're going to come, once that's out of the way, so how you have your 5 right here, you're going to work in this next, let's see, the next stitch here, and you're going to work 7 half double crochets up the other side. So it's yarn over, insert, and sometimes working up the other side of the ridge or foundation, it can be a little tight, just to let you know. There's 1, 2, and you're going to work in the net in a total of 7. So I'm going to work those. I'll be right back. So we've come up to the end of the row, and I'm ready to do the last half double crochet of the 7. So here's number 7, if I can get it in there. There we go. So there's our 7. So we have the 2 half double crochets, 7 working down, 5 half double crochets, 7 working back up. In this last stitch here, so you can see the hole there, you are going to work 3 half double crochets. So there's 1, 2, and 3. So we've just finished after we slip stitch. Oops, let me pull that through. We're going to slip stitch into our chain here, and that joins the round. So we've worked round 1 of our sole, and you should have, if you count everything around, 24 stitches. Doesn't count the chain at the very beginning. That's just to start the row. So now we're going to work round 2. So there's your chain 1. In the same stitch, work 2 half double crochets. So you can see right here in this stitch, you're going to work 2 half double crochets. And then you're going to go to the next stitch right here, and you're going to work another 2 half double crochets. And then in the next 7, you're going to work 1 half double crochet in each stitch. So here's 1, go to the next stitch, 2, and I'm going to go ahead again and pause it, and I'll just keep working. I'll be right back. Okay, so I just worked my 7 half double crochets. So I had the 2 in the same, 2 in the next, and then 7. In the next 5 stitches, you're going to work 2 half double crochets in each stitch. So remember, we're increasing the rows. So it's going to be 1, 2 in the same stitch, and we're going to work to the next one. So that was the first one. And then we're going to work 1 and 2, and that's in the second one. Keep turning. I don't know if getting closer helps. In the next stitch, 2 more half double crochets, so we're on number 3. So it's the first one and the second one of number 3. Into the next as we keep turning. And so when you add stitches, like 2 stitches into one, you're increasing. And then also we're going to be working on a decrease on once we get to the upper part of the shoe. And my yarn is wanting to flop everywhere. I don't have my yarn bowl with me. And then the last one right here, and that's the next stitch, and we'll count and make sure that we do have our 5 sets of 2 in each one. So you can see here there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's the 5 sets. Again, you're going to, and my tail still wants to get in the way, and like I said, we'll be weaving that in. You're going to work 7 half double crochets up the other side. So I'll do 1 and then pause and meet you back when the 7 is done. Okay, so I just finished my 7 across here. In the last 3 stitches, you're going to work 2 half double crochets in each stitch. So there's 1, 2 of the first one. Move to the second stitch here. 1, 2 of the second, and then, oops, last one, 1. I'm trying to hold my hook differently than I normally do, so it is difficult. So we're all learning new things. And then you're going to attach with a slip stitch to the first chain, and you'll have 34 stitches working around. So we're still working on the sole of the shoe. Now we're going to work on round number 3. So what you want to do is chain 1, and you're going to make 2 half double crochets in that same stitch. So 1 and 2, and 1 half double crochet in the next stitch right here. And you're going to do that again. So you have 2 and then 1. So there's 2 in the same stitch, and you'll move to the next one. Oh, that one's a little bit, let's do that one again. And that's what I love about crocheting. You just kind of pull it out and then keep working. 2 and then 1. And then what you're going to do, and again I'll start it and come back, is 7 half double crochets down the side. So in the next stitch right here, do 1. We're going to work 7. I'll be right back. So I just finished the 7th half double crochet. So in the next 5, I guess, groups, so you're still working around this heel, is you're going to do 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 5 times. So you're going to do 2 half double crochet in here, and another one. Then you're going to move to the next stitch and do 1, and you're going to repeat this a total of 5 times. So you go into the next one, you do 2, the next one 1, the next one 2, the next one 1. I'll be back when that's done. So I just finished the 5 sets of 2, 1, 2, and 1, and now we're working up the other side, and we're going to do 7 half double crochets. There's 1, 2, and I'll be back when I'm done with my 7. It's just easier. So I just finished the 7 half double crochets, and then in the next 3 sets you're going to do the 2, 1, 2, 1 again. So in the next stitch you're going to do 1 and 2, half double crochets, and then the next stitch you'll do, whoops, that's splitting, you'll do 1, then you'll do that 2 more times. So you have your 2, oh, actually the first one, and then the second one, and then 1. You're going to do 1 more set of those. And it is really important that when you're done with each row to count around to make sure you have the right stitches. If not, it won't, your pattern will mess up somehow. So we're going to attach to the first chain by slip stitching, and in the 3rd row here you should have 44 stitches. So we're ready. We just finished the sole of our little booty shoe, and now we're ready to work the upper part. So this is where this round gets very interesting. So you're going to chain 1, and you're not going to be increasing or decreasing, so you will do 44 stitches around. But what you want to look for, if you see the stitch here, normally we work into the top here. But just on this round, we are going to work around the post right here. So you're going to do 44 half double crochets in each stitch. So you're going to come to the first one and you're going to insert from the front around the post to come up through the other side, yarn over, draw up, yarn over, draw through all three. So you'll do that a total of 44 times. So you'll work all the way around. So here's your next post. So it's yarn over, you're going to insert from the front, go around the post, yarn over, draw up, and it gives it this certain kind of ridge on the shoe that separates it from the sole and the upper part of the shoe. So you're just going to work all the way around, and you're going to need 40, because like I said, whoops, let me go do that one again. You're going to need 44 of your stitches, so make sure that as you go around, you count. That's the most important thing. So that's what it's going to look like, and you just keep working around the post. So there's your next stitch there. So you're going to insert, go around, yarn over, draw up, yarn over, draw through all three. There we go. Oh, well, my yarn wants to kind of do a little split thing on me. There we go. So I'm going to work my way around, and I'll be back at the end. And I just wanted to show you, as I'm still working on my first round, what it will look like on the other side once you start working the ridge. Do you see how it kind of gives you a little bit of this ridge on the bottom of your shoe? And so, yeah, again, you're just working your way around. So yarn over, around the post. And if you have a set of two that were worked in the previous row together, work around one post at a time, not both at the same time. So that was like two right there. And so I worked to make sure each post is done separately. And again, you're just working your way around. So I'll be back. So I'm coming up on the very last one, and I have counted, and I'm working on number 44 to make sure that I had the right amount of stitches. So again, I go through around the back post, and this is the last stitch on this one. And so make sure you count, and you have 44 stitches, and you want to join it with a slip stitch. So it kind of gives you where it's, see how it kind of flattened out. In the next round, which is round 2 of the upper part of the shoe, you're going to chain 1, and there's no increase or decrease. So you're going to single crochet all the way around. So in that same stitch, and remember on the previous row, we're working around the back post. This one you're working a regular stitch. So you go in through the top here of your normal, and you're going to do a single crochet. So it's insert, yarn over, draw up, yarn over, draw through 2. So you go into the next stitch here. So you can see where the hole is right here. Yarn, insert, yarn over, draw up, yarn over, draw through 2. So that's just a single crochet. And you're going to do that all the way around, so you'll count 44 stitches. I'll be back. Okay, so I've made 42 single crochets around, so I have 2 more to do. So we have 1 and 2. We're going to slip stitch it into our chain from the previous row. And make sure you did count 44 single crochet. See how it's starting to kind of take shape? So now we're going to work on round 3. This is where we're going to do a round where there are decreases, and you're going to see it written as HDC, the number 2, and TOG, which means basically 2 half double crochets together. So chain 1, we're going to single crochet in this same space, and then we're going to single crochet in the next 10. So I believe 1, 2, 3, 4, and I apologize if my shoe starts popping up like that. It has a tendency to do that. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we are going to work our first decrease. And what you do is you yarn over. You're going to work in this next stitch here, if you can see that. Insert, yarn over, pull up. Again, you're going to work into the next stitch, yarn over, insert into the next stitch, of course, yarn over and drop. So now you have 5 loops. You're going to yarn over and draw through all 5. In the next 2 stitches, you're going to do just 2 half double crochets. So there's 1, go to the next stitch, 2, and then we're going to work another decrease. So it's yarn over into this next stitch here. You're going to insert, yarn over, draw up. You're going to work to the next stitch again, yarn over, insert, yarn over, draw up, 5 loops, yarn over, draw through all 5. And you're going to do your half double crochet in the next 2. So you're going to do a total of this set of decrease and then 2 regular half double crochets, a total of 5 times. So that was number 2. Let's do it again. Yarn over, go into the next stitch. Yarn over, go into the next stitch, draw through all 5. Next stitch, you have 1 half double crochet. And the next one. So let's count and make sure we have what we need. See, here's the first set. You can see what it looks like. 1, the decrease, 1, 2, decrease, 1, 2. So we need 3 more of these. So you're going to work into these next 2 stitches here for a decrease. So then yarn over and go into the next. Yarn over and draw up. There's your 1, and then your 2 half double crochets. And the work kind of gets a little bit tighter because it's going to start working its way inward instead of going up. So it is still going up, but it's also working in. So that was number 3, right? As I talk, I lose count. Let's see. There's 1, 2. Hold on a second. Let me just make sure. Oh, so it did. Wait a minute. I may have done more. So there's 1 set. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I have 1 more to do. Yarn over, insert into the next, yarn over, then yarn over, insert into the next, yarn over, pull up, 2 half double crochets into the next 2, so there's 1, then working again into the next one, there's 2. Then you're going to work 1 more decrease, insert into the next, yarn over, draw up, yarn over, insert into the next, yarn over, draw up, there's your 5, yarn over, draw through. And then in the next 11 stitches, you're going to work single crochets. So let's count. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, and that finishes that round, I should say. You're going to insert, let's go through all the yarn pieces. This is, I have to say, it's pretty old yarn. When my grandmother taught me how to crochet about almost 30 years ago, she gave me all this yarn, and even that yarn back then was about 30 years old. So this is about 40, 50, 60 years old with yarn. So, but it's still, I like to keep her yarn and then make it for special pieces. So, I mean, we're talking boxes and boxes and boxes of yarn, and a lot I've used over the years. Some I'm still using. So that was a total of 38 stitches on that round. Now we're ready for round 4. So you're going to chain 1, single crochet in the same stitch. I'm going to go over. Then you're going to single crochet in the next 11. So there's 1, 2, and work a total of 11. I'll be back. Okay, so I just worked my 11 single crochets. In the next stitch, we're going to work 1 half double crochet. And in the next stitch, we're going to work a half double crochet decrease. So yarn over, insert, yarn over, draw up, yarn over, you're going to insert into the next stitch, yarn over, draw through all 5. And in the next 4, I guess it ends up being over 8 stitches, but it's going to be done 4 times. You're going to do a double crochet decrease. So it's working into the next stitch. You're going to yarn over, insert, yarn over, draw up. So you have 3 loops, yarn over, draw through 2. Now you're going to go to the next stitch, yarn over into the next stitch, insert, yarn over, draw up, yarn over, draw through 2, and then yarn over, draw through all 3. So that's where you can see how your stitch comes together. You're going to do that a total of 4 times. So we're going to do it 3 more. So next stitch here, yarn over, insert, yarn over, draw up, yarn over, draw through 2. Yarn over, let's go to the next. You can just see how this works. So that's number 2. Let's go to the next one. And my shoe may pop up like that. It's hard to keep it out of the camera. So this, we're working on the double crochet decrease number 3. So okay, we need 1 more. So we're still kind of turning our shoe, and you see how it's starting to kind of develop the toe area. So it is, let me turn it as best as I can. So we're going into, my thing wants to pop. So you can see where it pulls right there from your other stitch. So now you're working into this one. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, draw up, yarn over, draw through 2. Yarn over. So that was a double crochet decrease, and in the next stitch, 2 stitches actually, right here, or right there, you're going to work a half double crochet decrease. So it's yarn over, insert, yarn over, draw up into the next stitch, yarn over, insert, yarn over, draw up, yarn over, draw through all 5. And we'll make in the next stitch a half double crochet. And then in these stitches along here, you're going to single crochet 12 times. So you have 1, 2, 3, and I'll come back once I hit 12. So I just finished the 12th single crochet, and then we are going to attach with a slip stitch to our chain and bring that in. And you should have a total of 32 stitches on that round. Now this is our last round of the upper part of the shoe. So this is row 5. Chain 1, single crochet in the same. We're going to single crochet 10 more times. 1, 2, and I'll do 10 and come back when it's the 10th. Okay, I just finished my 10th single crochet. So you have your starting single crochet, and then you single crochet 10 more, so you have a total of 11. Then you are going to work a half double crochet decrease in the next 2 stitches. So insert, yarn over, draw up, yarn over, go into the next stitch here, yarn over, draw up, yarn over, draw through all 5. You're going to work a double crochet decrease in the next, or make 3 sets of them. So it's over a total of 6 stitches. So it's yarn over, insert into the next stitch, yarn over, draw up, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, insert, yarn over, draw up, yarn over, draw through 2, draw through all 3. So that's your first set. Keep working around. You're going to do that 2 more times. So yarn over, insert, yarn over, draw up, yarn over, draw through 2. Yarn over into the next stitch here, yarn over, and draw through, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, draw through the 3. So that is my second one. So I'm ready for my third one as I